Hey y'all. Oh, it's a lovely Tuesday afternoon. I just wrapped up work from my real job here a little while ago, and it's starting to cool off. Hey, Hope. Starting to cool off a little bit, so we're going to get back out in the garden and continue our work. Hey, Bandana Grandma. And we've got so much work accomplished, and we've got lots left to do. Patty's inside looking for some paperwork there, and she'll be out and join us for just a second. We can't stay on long because I believe somebody's coming on at 7 p.m. Eastern, which should be 6 our time. So we've only got about 10 minutes, but we have started work. I don't know. I did a little live thing this morning, and there's the towel on the fence. Thank you, Bandana Grandma. It's really amazing. My healing is really amazing, especially if you go look at those photos of me before they started stitching, and then you come back and look at my face, and it's really almost impossible to believe. Let me turn the camera around here. So this morning I did a little brief live shot to show you that we have started making our permanent beds. And permanent beds means just that. These beds will be permanent. We're using the tiller to prepare the ground for these permanent beds, but our plan is that once we're finished, it'll be the last time a tiller ever comes in this garden area. So we're going by information that we've learned from several sources. Somebody this morning asked me if I was going by any books or anything, and of course I said no, because I'm not the one that reads the garden books in the family. But Patty reminded me, as I knew she would, yeah, of course, the Market Gardener is an outstanding resource. We'll put the link to that book in the description of this video once it's up and processed. But highly recommend the Market Gardener. Foundations for Farming, or actually Born Again Dirt by Noah Sanders of Foundations for Farming God's Way, and several other resources recommend a top width of 30 inches on the bed with 18 inches in between the beds for the spacing. And so that's what we're going with, and I'm trying to make it as precise as I can. It's not going to be exactly precise because the dirt kind of tapers off and whatnot, but so I've gotten 2 laid out so far. I was going to start on a 3rd one this evening, but probably won't, because we've got some rain coming tomorrow, and probably 2 is only all that we can get planted right now, and we don't want to till up that ground and let it just wash away with the rain tomorrow. So if you recall back on our videos, that white poultry netting used to be right over here, just this side of the potato row, and we just move it back as we go, reducing the area the chickens are running in, but that's all right. We'll deal with that when we come to it. But eventually we will have permanent beds all the way over there to where the barn is. And so instead of starting on a 3rd permanent bed this evening, my plan is to get in my Polaris, grab the rake, and head out into the woods, to the pine woods, and gather up pine needles to put deep pine needles between these rows, just like we've done over here around the boxes where we've got pine needles, to keep out the grass and to allow us to garden when it's wet and there won't be any mud. You'll be able to come out here in your flip-flops or your tennis shoes and not get mud all over them. So that's what I'm gonna do this evening. I see Patty's over there. She found her paperwork, and so let's head over there and see what she's got cooking. Looks like she's figuring, like she's got her calculator open on her phone. Well, she said, well, I don't know what that well is about.
I'm texting.
Oh, she's texting. Patty and her texting.
Oh.
I'm kidding. Hey, Claire. I don't know if we showed y'all this. This was going to be a little sitting area, and for Patty, well, she's still going to have a sitting area. So we'll probably put it back there by the Daddy Curves Grow Arch or something.
There. No, I was trying to sell kale. Last year, me and a few farmers, we got together and we have an email list and would send out emails because I had a lot of lettuce that came in early, and Mr. Cloyce had a lot of kale and different stuff like that, and so that's why he's calling me, because he's got kale. So I just text the restaurant that we sell our eggs to. I've got a little bug flying around, and they want his kale, so I'm kind of being a go-between. So I'm anyway, so, and that's them now. So anyway, I'm just trying to get them set up where he can sell his kale to our local restaurant.
And what'd you sell to the restaurant this morning?
I sold baby radishes. I haven't talked to them about it. They were busy. I always end up going at noon, and they're too busy to talk or anything else. So anyway, I just left the stuff for them. I wasn't pleased when I went to pull. I've never grown baby radishes before, and I didn't realize
baby radishes or breakfast radishes?
I'm sorry, breakfast radishes. That's right. Anyway, I didn't realize that what's above the ground, you've got about that same amount under the ground. If you just have a little bit above the ground, there's just a little bit below the ground. I didn't know, you know. So as I started pulling them, some of them were too small. So I've left. It's kind of sparse looking now because I've left some in the ground.
Let's come look.
Yeah, let's look at that.
I understand that, Claire. Don't let the goats wait. They won't like that.
Anyway, so I pulled quite a few out of here, but you can see. Let's see. You see how small that is? That's very small. And let me turn it right here. And this one too. I didn't realize that that's just really small. So I'm gonna let that go. I think probably just another week. So, but I'm gonna tell y'all, you talking about our rows and everything,
yeah,
right?
We got about 4 minutes.
Okay. Anyway, I was just going to tell y'all why it's important to plan your garden and everything. That's why I got my garden plan. Of course, normally this would be just pencil that I would have done. And I would have had to erase a lot, but since I did this on the computer, I've just changed it a lot on the computer.
And that's the Mother Earth garden planner thing.
Yeah, and this will change a lot more. But what I was coming out here to look at while I wanted to print it out, I also have... There's a function, I can't remember what it is, but like it says plants or something like that. And this actually will show you how many plants you need for your rows and everything. Because of course you've measured your garden and you have, the length of your rows and everything in there. And so I was looking, I've counted my tomatoes and everything, and I always plant more than I need, but this year my tomato plants kind of came up a little sparse in the greenhouse. So anyway, they look great, the ones that came up, but anyway, so I'm revamping the garden, but it looks like I'm going to have just the amount I need, which makes me a little nervous because I like to have a few extra in case one starts looking bad or dies or something like that. But I'm going to probably plant a few more. But also what I was looking at too, I printed this off and it doesn't say where I printed it off from, but this is your isolation distance between plants. I'm already thinking of seed saving, and so you've got to have a certain amount of distance between plants, and so that's why I just had printed this out, and I just brought this out here to the garden with
Patty?
me.
Why do you have to have a certain amount of distance between plants?
Well, because they will cross-pollinate, and you will get a mix, like
a hybrid.
Yeah, you'll get like a hybrid, and I want to save true seeds, and so like my cucumbers, the only cucumbers I can grow is Japanese long if I want to save true seeds, and I do, because this is the first year in 3 years I've been able to find Japanese long cucumber seeds. What I have planted here, which you want to show them because they're starting to grow.
Oh, is that the Japanese long?
Yeah, they're really growing good. These are actually seeds that I had saved from 2012.
That second one there's not one.
Yeah, this is a weed. But this is that thing. It's got a long taproot, and we have to get a shovel and get that out.
They're a pestilence.
But anyway, so I was pleased.
Oh, I see another pestilence right there.
Oh yeah, there's some mint. But anyway, I wanted to. I went ahead and ordered some Japanese long cucumber seeds from Baker Creek because they had them. So I thought, well, I'll get some just in case these don't come up. But yeah, I haven't opened the package, but there's hardly any in the package. So I don't think it would have been enough to plant this row. So I'm glad mine grew, and I'm glad that I know how to save seeds from cucumbers. Now, if I wanted to plant a different kind of cucumber, the seeds could cross. So anyway, what I will do is I'll save seeds this year. I'll save a bunch of seeds, and next year I'll plant whatever cucumbers I want to plant, and if they cross, it don't matter because I won't save seeds. But anyway, is that all the time we have?
That's all the time we have.
So anyway, I just wanted to share with y'all, you know, it's time. I know here we're planting our garden, but I know we have a lot of viewers that are from up north and everything. Now it's time to plan, and you need to think about the things you may want to save seeds from, about separating them and finding out how far apart they need to be separated. So
Green
anyway,
Gables Homestead says that table is on howtosaveseed.com.
Thank you very much. You're exactly right.
All right. Thank you guys for hopping in right quick. We got to get out of here. Sorry we didn't really have time to talk in the chat and respond to folks. If we missed something important, please put it in the comments on the video once it's processed. And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Can you do it without looking at it?
No.
Apparently not.